Yo, yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining up in Grand Theft Auto 5. We're looking at Dr. Friedlander in today's episode. There's something very suspicious about the final review that he gives you at the end of the game. I'm joining back up with Music Vidiot for this one. What is up, Danny?
Hey, how you doing, Trippy? Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, we need you for this one because there's some very interesting requirements. It's not like every other game where you want to get that A+. In this case, it seems like there's something else going on. Like maybe Rockstar wants us to defeat the game in a certain way. But either way, this character, Dr. Friedlander, one of the first people that you meet, is really involved in the mysteries of Grand Theft Auto 5, and we're going to explain it in this episode. Thank you guys for joining up. As always, I'll have Danny's link in the description to his channel. He's always looking at all kinds of GTA 5 Easter eggs and mysteries, and we have another big mystery episode coming up as well. So hit the notification button, join up for all of our live stream and Chiliad mystery events. With all that said, let's get into the mystery of Dr. Friedlander. You guys might not understand just how suspicious this character is.
But we're playing nice.
There are many games that'll give you a final review at the end. It'll tell you how long it took you to beat everything, the percentage of secrets that you found. Like Resident Evil 4, it kind of gives you that incentive to play everything over again and do even better. But Grand Theft Auto 5 seems to have a different system. Is there any games that you can think of, Danny, where it kind of gives you that final review once you beat everything, showing you if you really beat the game the definitive way?
Yeah, there's a couple games that come to my mind. I think like the Tomb Raider series might have done that. Even the Uncharted. I just played Uncharted 4 not too long ago.
Like I said, GTA 5 does not do it the same way that Resident Evil 4 and many others do it. Here's the final results page. It'll give you your hit ratio. What is that? Number of times killed, 40. Jeez, this was not a very good playthrough. Another series that comes to mind is the Metroid series, where the better you do, it'll determine what Samus looks like at the end of the game, even giving you the ability to see Samus in a bikini. But Grand Theft Auto 5 is all interpreted by Dr. Friedlander, guys. Let's check out the system that GTA 5 puts into play. Here it is, the final Friedlander report. It doesn't show time played, doesn't say if you made the right karma decisions. Instead, it seems to be a little bit more cryptic. So here we have it, Danny. It says, words fail me. Compromise is the language of the devil, and this fool loves compromise. Reckless financially. You can kind of tell that they're referencing some decisions we made, but it doesn't really come out and tell you exactly what the right decision is.
Right, and it's kind of suspicious because you have to wonder if this plays a bigger part in the game as well. We know there's a lot of stuff that's still unsolved within the game. The choices that we see at the end of the game in this file review, the choices that mean something, that actually will change something within the outcome of the game.
Well, we do have the list that tells us exactly how to manipulate these choices, because that's the question, Danny. Are these the choices that matter in defeating the game the right way? We all know about the Illuminati mural. It's not how you defeat the game, it's how you play the game. Did I get that right, Danny?
Yeah, it's not that you played it, it's how you played it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So with that said, let's look at the requirements to actually change these final ratings that the great Dr. Friedlander gives you at the very end of the game. This is the last thing that you see. On the GTA Wiki, you can find the psychiatric evaluation breakdown. This actually gives you every requirement that is found on that Friedlander report. So let's go over them. We'll see what you think, if any of this actually lines up with the Chiliad mystery or possibly some unsolved karma mystery that's still hidden in the game. The first one is how long it took to complete the main story. That's an interesting one to kick it off on. It almost seems like they're trying to get you to beat the game as fast as possible. What do you take out of that?
There's a lot of different things that go through my head. I think about mission orders and, 100% completion and doing all the different stuff. So, I mean, that could be a big factor in this, man. It really could be.
That's an eye-opening one. Sometimes I think that maybe I took too long to beat the game, but that is definitely one we want your feedback from as well, guys. Heist choice. Danny, heist choice. We know about the red X's hidden throughout all the different options. So maybe this is just kind of a hint telling us that that might have something to do with it.
The more that we look into this, Trippy, the more I keep on seeing the same reoccurring thing: choices, choices, choices. So I think that this is eventually going to play a part in all of this. The heist options, who knows? Maybe all of this is just each step, and then eventually the bigger picture will be revealed.
How many times you've admitted mistakes in earlier sessions? What? Okay, so that's talking about the Friedlander sessions, and I guess that comes into play as well. Keep in mind, you actually do not have to go to the Friedlander sessions. They are optional. So maybe this is telling you that you better hit each one when it gives you the choice. So do you have to spend more money? Do they want you to possibly be cheap? I have a feeling it probably is on the side of spending more money. And the next one is along the same lines. It says, money spent at the strip club. You do not think that they want us to go to the Vanilla Unicorn and spend some of our cash there, do you?
Well, Trippy, that does run parallel with the theory of the Epsilon, right? We know that that is a big question in the game, the choices with them. And, the Epsilon talk about sleeping with a certain amount of women each week. So it's kind of interesting as we read further, it's not just choices that are reoccurring, but it's almost like it's narrowing down what choices are important in a way.
You shouldn't be sleeping with prostitutes and going to the strip clubs. It could be the opposite. Maybe they want you to go as many times as possible to be that true GTA protagonist. The next one is how many times you've assisted your family. Interesting option there because, as you know, you have problems with Amanda. She calls Michael. You can tell her to F off or you can go help her. And I think she's in the back of a cop car. You can get in there and drive away. So, once again, they're keeping track of that.
And taking a look at that mission with Amanda and Michael, if Michael goes to help Amanda, we're helping her get out of a situation that is really not a good situation. She was caught stealing, and that leads into another aspect of the game with more questions about, again, choices. We have Amanda stealing. Now that's like a karma choice. Is that right or wrong for you to help her out of that? We have a lot of that karma within the game, the right or wrongs. Should we do this? Should we not? Should we help this person? Even with Friedlander at the end of the game, we have a choice. Do we kill Friedlander or do we keep him alive?
How well you invested in the stock market.
That does kind of correlate with the achievements and trophies in the game. One of the achievements or trophies is to get a certain amount of money in the stock market. So that could be another way that they're kind of pointing out to us what's important and what's not.
Yeah, we're trying to get as much money as possible. We know that there is a way to manipulate the stock market, but perhaps that's untapped. Now, the next one is the most mind-blowing of them all. Yoga and how good you are at it. That's the one that stands out more than any other.
We've been doing it wrong the whole time. What happens if we do it right? There's so much more to dive into.
The next one makes me think that you're onto something with the Epsilon being connected to all this because you have exercise, tennis, and triathlon, so they obviously want you to be physically fit, and then random encounters. There's so many random encounters that people will never find and don't even know about. So perhaps that's another secret requirement to find all of the random encounters and all of those characters that are hidden throughout the game.
Absolutely. There's so many players that just do the minimum requirements to hit that 100%. But if you look at random encounters, how much is needed for 100% and how many there actually are, there's so many more than is actually required. So there's a bigger picture here, man.
When you find those characters, it also unlocks it for the Rockstar editor, I believe. So it's another incentive to find them all. You have the collectibles and then the final summary. So the final summary as well. So this is all part of the psychiatric evaluation.
You guys ever check out the report? As soon as you get it, turn up the volume and listen closely. You'll have the report on the screen, but if you listen closely, you'll hear a clock ticking, and you'll also hear like ocean waves in the background too. So that's also suspicious that they kind of threw that in the background.
Damn, that is trippy. Nice. Yeah, let us know what you guys think. I have a feeling that this Endgame report needs to be aced. Just like any other game, when you get a review at the end, you don't want to get the F-. You want to get the best grade possible, especially when they're telling us to do things like maybe a better version of yoga and taking over the stock market. Dr. Friedlander's office is one of the hardest places to get into in the game. I think you have to use a mod because the way it loads up is not really easy for us people on the console to glitch in here and check it out. But there are some interesting things within the office. I don't know, Danny, do you have any ideas about why the doctor himself would be so important?
No, and it really kind of bugs me, and it makes me wonder why Friedlander. Like, why do we get a Friedlander report at the end of the game like that? You mentioned earlier how he's not even mandatory. You don't have to go and get these therapy sessions throughout the game. So if this is something that we don't even have to do, a choice, if you will, that we don't even have to make, then why at the end of the game are we getting a report by him? It's awful suspicious, and it really makes you want to look at the report a little closer as well.
Keep in mind we found the two symbols that make up the Friedlander logo in the new Chiliad mural, so he's connected that way as well. I played so many games that give you that final review and I'm trying to master it, but GTA 5's got to be so much more different. I don't know exactly how to master the storyline of Grand Theft Auto 5 yet, but I have a feeling that it has to do with karma, and maybe not in a good way. They want us to spend some money at the strip club, so I guess that's what we're going to have to do. You got any final thoughts on this whole situation between karma, Friedlander, and everything involved? Even doing yoga as good as possible? It's pretty confusing, but there's something to it.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot more to concentrate on and look into, especially with this Friedlander report. At least it narrows down a little list so we know what to look at a little bit closer. And I got something as well relating to the new mural and the game that I'm going to be coming out with very soon. So you guys should definitely stay tuned because it's very interesting.
Definitely looking forward to some of the projects you have at your channel, and I can promise you guys that we're going to work to master this Friedlander report, but we certainly need your help. Hit us up anytime on Twitter. I'll have the links in the description. Like the video. That's a great way to support the Trippy Nation. And definitely stay tuned, guys. We have some huge videos and live streams on the way. With all that said, stay tuned. More importantly, I'm RJ. For Danny Coldblood, make sure to stay mother effing trippy, everyone. Adios, muchachos.